Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about rumors. Let's talk about facts.
We gon' talk about life. We gon' talk about death. Romance, finances, generational wealth.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Hello. Hi. Hi, everybody. Welcome to
Let's talk about it.
I am Marsha E. Dudley.
And I am Etoya Lewis.
And welcome.
Let us know when you get in.
Hi, Katara.
Katara is watching us.
Hey, Tara.
Okay, y'all. This week right here.
This week right here.
No, it's been a good week. I'm excited about this weekend though.
All right.
I like being busy. Cause I ain't got no real job.
Well, you stay booked and busy.
I stay booked and busy because if I had a real job, there's no way. There's no way.
All right.
So we're gonna pick up where we left off last week in discussing male and female masculinity and femininity.
And for me, I feel like we had to continue this conversation because I think that this is one of those conversations where I think it hits so close to home for me because there's always this perception that I'm because I call myself a boss and I am a boss. So a lot of people think that I have a lot of masculine energy, which I do. But there's this sweet level of femininity that I have that my husband gets to experience, and those that are close to me, they get to experience. So this conversation just really hits home for me. And I think for me, like I was saying last week, is that I want to change this stigma that people that within not just out there in other communities with other races, but within our own race, that we are so harsh when it comes to especially Black women.
Roles.
To me, for Black women. And I know that we are tough on Black men when they are a little masculine, but not as much, don't you think? I think
when they're masculine or a little feminine?
A little feminine. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I had to make sure.
Yeah. When they're a little feminine. And then some men can be too masculine in their masculinity. You know what I'm saying? They have that.
They have no softness.
Exactly. So I think that this is a conversation that we need to continue with. Mm-hmm. I'm not interested in trying to change another race's the perception of me, only because the TV we give the world too much ammunition.
We do.
So
we give the world a lot of ammunition.
We do.
But I also feel like the ammunition that they receive is only 1% of us. It only represents like a small portion of our people, our culture, because I feel like there's a lot more of us, you and I, than of the fighting and that.
Yeah. I completely agree with you. But when there is an agenda, and I'm not one of those people who, there's this agenda against the Black
conspiracy theorists.
I'm not. But there is a narrative that is being played, and we're either going to help fuel it or we're going to distinguish it. So And I think that it starts within our own community first. We cannot expect the world to love us, to accept us, when we struggle with loving and accepting ourselves in our own community. So
what do you think sparks that within our community, as far as why we look at each other in that way? Can anybody answer why they think we treat each other like that? What will be your guess? Because we don't really know. All we can do is guess. I think a lot of jealousy.
yeah,
I think jealousy plays a big part, and it's unnecessary jealousy.
yeah, yeah. A lot of times it is. I think half of the stuff that go on within our community is jealousy, spite, all
Do
of those
you
good
think
things.
that in some way it's been kind of embedded in us?
Yeah, it's definitely been embedded in us, but like I always say on every show, we have to get past what was done. We are not our great grandmothers, grandfathers. We are not our great. We're not our great grandmothers and grandfathers. We're not our mothers and our fathers. What we are experiencing right now is something completely different, and it's so amazing. But a lot of us, we can't let go of the things that have happened in our down our ancestors and all that type of stuff. We got to let all that stuff go.
Stuff like what though? Like
like
give us an example. So
like colorism, the stuff that the first thing we say is, well, that happened in slavery, they did that to us. Okay, why can't I see a light-skinned beautiful woman? Why can't I see a black dark-skinned beautiful woman, and she just and love that? We are a melting pot. We are a rainbow of people. And the first thing that a lot of black women do, look at her.
Mm-hmm. Funny you say that, because I just saw, like, about an hour ago, this post about Jonathan Majors, because we spoke about him last week. What's so funny?
I'm sorry, I saw one too, and he's always doing his lips like this.
Okay, so he's not really doing that.
I know. It's just the way his lips
that's
is.
exactly what it is. I was
I
like,
know.
why do they keep saying that he's puckering his lips?
I know.
He's not, because my husband does that
But
in a
hold
way.
on.
Like, it's, and they were talking about, I don't know why they keep saying he's so fine with his big lips and his big nose and and saying these things. And I'm like, oh, this is self-hate.
Yes, I agree.
I was reading all the comments, and some people was like, no, he do it for me. And like, it was some people who was, and I just don't understand why we have to be the ones to always put that out there. And it's always our post. Every time I look at the originator of those posts, it's always us.
And then one time you said something to me. You said, someone said, "Oh, you're pretty for a black girl, a dark skinned girl. Why couldn't you just be beautiful, just being who you are?"
I know, hurt me to my core.
I know it did. I know.
Favorite cousin.
I know it.
He ain't no favorite cousin no more.
He is.
No, I don't even talk to him. Carlos said something. The media focus more on what people want to receive, and sadly, it's proposition more toward negative acts. I had to go back and try to read what I just read to try to make sense of it. Proposition more toward negative acts. We have to push so much positivity into the atmosphere that it becomes the norm.
But the way for us to push positivity comes with self-love. We're in this era right now. Everybody talks about self-love, self-care, self. But I also keep saying, you need to heal. There ain't enough healing. Black people need to go and sit on somebody's couch and talk about all that stuff that came from your great. Talk about all of it.
I feel like they the couch is not the couch. It's more of the barber's chair and the beauty chair, and just girl talk.
Yeah, but there are still some things that I think there's still some trauma that men and women have experienced that is bleeding over into their adulthood, things that happened to me as a
Yes.
child.
Yes.
And those types of things,
Proportion.
they cannot, I don't, me and you, like I've shared with you some things that happened to me in my life, but I also, I'm older now and I know how to comb through those things. But when I was younger, I didn't know how to comb through that stuff. And I kept letting
When you
it,
say comb through, what you
meaning that when I was touched as a child. I was I went through, I was homeless at one point in time. And I didn't know how to deal with a lot of stuff. My best friend, one of my best friends died when I was 14 years old. And instead of my mom and dad them getting me some help, let's pray about it. I don't know. I'm 14. I don't even really know Jesus.
mm-hmm.
I don't have no relationship with God. Yeah, I know he exists. Y'all say you know God, but I needed somebody to talk to about and understand why my friend died at 14 years old, to be able to navigate through those feelings. Instead, I bottled it all up and kept trying to commit suicide till I was 20 something years old. Something that almost made me kill myself and my baby. But the Lord I got some help. I went and sat on somebody's chair and I was able to navigate. Now I'm 40 something years old. The things that happened to me at 20, I have unpacked it. I've looked at it. I've said, okay, I've dealt with it and I'm healed from it.
Mm-hmm.
Think about things in your life when you were growing up that now that you're 40, you understand it from another perspective.
Yes.
And you've healed from it.
Oh
And
yeah.
it does not impact.
I've spoken to you also
Yes.
about things that has
Mhm.
occurred and why I am now better, but I had to go, it was a whole process that I had to go through with having a professional
Mhm.
help me to compartmentalize everything and then break everything down
Mhm.
and try to see that thing for what it was and then the next thing for what it was versus trying to bundle everything together and just be like, I'm just a mess.
But think about women that are our age, women or men that are our age that did not have enough, were not able to go and do those things. They are now these 40, 50, 60-year-old broken people walking around here with self-hate. They hate everything, life. They're just this negative energy.
Yes.
So that's what I'm talking about. A lot of this stuff, Black people need to heal. We always talk about mental health is real. It is. But our community does not want to talk about those things. So it bleeds over into all this self-hate, us being jealous of this person and that person, and we're stuck. We can't move on.
Yeah. Yeah, right. I'm with you when you're right.
So
do you think that your story, your past kind of put you in a position of I need to be a lion at times versus being a sheep?
Yeah. I think that as a woman, you have to know how to turn it on and turn it off. I think that's the key.
You can't be a CEO and weak.
That part. When I'm trying to build some things, and I get it that there are some women who say, well, it doesn't take all of that. For Marsha and for what I want to do, it takes all of that. I am a whole boss. When I'm in boss mode, it's boss mode.
Yeah, because when you're running a business and you have to go out and promote yourself, promote your business, and you have to be in these rooms with people. You can't be in those rooms and be shy.
Yes.
you can't be in those rooms and no one can hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Because your voice, you have to have something behind you.
Yeah.
Some type of lion, some type of roar.
Yeah.
To
I like that.
To be seen and to be heard.
Yeah. I totally agree. And being in corporate America, there was for many, many years, I was the only Black woman in that room. I have always worked real hard, got into a management position or whatever. I was the only Black person there. So I had a choice. Either I was going to blend in or be heard. I was going to have a voice. I chose to have a voice. And to be honest with you, it only bothers other Black people. It doesn't bother me. When I was in those rooms with those white people love me. White people love me. So they do.
Okay. I'm trying to focus.
Yeah.
Our stage guy. This is a first. Our staging guy is a mess. He just don't care that we're live. But okay. Anyway, what were we talking about? See, I lost train of thought.
Somebody said, why do you feel that they love you? I feel that I think it's my personality. It has nothing to do with my skin at all.
So you had to make them see past your skin.
Yes. So I think my mindset when it comes to other Black people, it gets real fuzzy, and I get in a lot of debates, and people always talk about me.
With me.
Yes, but but it's because I have been with white people for a very long time. I've been in that space, and I don't have there's not a lot of conversation about color when I'm there. They only see Marsha the hard worker, Marsha that does this, Marsha that does that. So it's not just that they love me, I love them too. And so
I didn't say that. Keep
talking. But I think that once you get past your own color, and you just have
to be comfortable.
Yes.
You have to be comfortable with who you are and what you bring to the table.
Yes.
But that comfort is some type of roar, right?
It is. It has always been for
me. You can't have that comfort and still be meek.
Yeah, and that's what I'm telling you. It's the craziest thing is my femininity had never been questioned by a white person. It's always been questioned by Black people.
Because we put each other in a box.
Yes. And that was the thing for me. I was first called a boss by a white person. And because I'm in network marketing, and everybody was like, you are a total bad A. You are a boss, and we love it. I said, I'm a boss. And that stuck with me. And with my other group, we all call each other bosses, and they are white and they have no issue with it. Right before we came here, I was just putting in like bosses, like white women that are bosses. And Kim Kardashian kept coming up. Courtney calls Kim a boss.
Well,
all the time.
I mean, people can say what they want to, but she is a genius when it comes to marketing her stuff and herself. So regardless of how we feel about how she does it, it works.
Yeah.
She's a millionaire because of her bossing out loud.
Yeah. But we have a problem with calling each other boss, but they don't have no problem calling each other boss. Go on.
Okay, David says, I'm in your experience. Do you feel that white people that you associate with discuss color or femininity more than Black people?
So that's the thing. White people never discuss color. You want to know something? There have been times when I have been with my white friends and they be talking, and I'll be like, and I'll go, what color are they? And they're like, but to them, it's just a person. And I had to stop doing that crap because the first time they'll go, someone be like, what color are they? What color are
But
they?
you know, people say that when you talk about doing stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
only white people do that.
And it's crazy. White people never talk about color. They never talk about femininity or masculinity.
Okay, so let me get an insert in here.
Yeah.
When she says white people never and white people this and white people that, she's actually talking about the people that she deals with.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure someone else has a
Yeah.
totally different experience.
Yeah.
Dealing with white people.
Thank you.
I just want to go and put that out there.
Yeah. And that I thank you.
You're welcome.
That's so
That's
true.
what I'm here for.
I know my yin and yang. Yeah. But for the most part, they don't talk about color. It does not matter to them.
In her marketing world, the only color they see is green.
Exactly. Exactly. But my thing is, it's only that 1%, just like we always talk about, it's just 1% of Black people that do this, and that. Okay, y'all, it's only 1% of white people that really just sit around and worry about color.
Carla said, believe me, they do discuss color, just not in your presence.
No, they don't. We do. What's the same thing with us? Look what we do. We say things that are,
well, in her white people's defense, they need her. So if they discuss, it will never be in front of her.
They would never.
They need her to be the best that she can be for everybody, because they are a team. And that's what teams do. They make sure that everybody is good, because where you have one weak link, the whole team can fail. What?
Why us can go exactly? You know what?
How you know he said that? Oh, you can see.
Got my glasses on.
Oh my God. I thought you read it right here. And because it just says Facebook user.
Your husband said exactly. So okay, so I'm not the only person who has worked with white people. Is Tara still on? Because Tara be with she be with them too.
Hi, Quinn. She's with white people.
Yeah.
Quinn, do you work with a lot of white people?
White people are not focusing on color. We're the only ones focusing on color, and we don't.
But for us, with anything, even like we've seen school shooting after school shooting, we've seen robbery after robbery, people doing the dumbest stuff, and they'll go, "Oh, they weren't Black." We don't even have to know what's happening. You know, Saturday Night Live did a whole skit about that, where they did a whole news thing, and somebody would read, you know, whatever the news was. They was like, "That ain't us." It was so funny, because that's what we do.
But do y'all remember that DC sniper?
Yes. Just sitting in the car.
Everybody was like, man, some white man out there doing that.
Right.
Then when it popped up, he was Black. Everybody was like, oh, no, we do crazy stuff too.
Quinn says most of her section is Black. Carlos says plus it's inappropriate. Very inappropriate. That's the quickest way to get some money out of a company.
Okay, but so that's just corporate America. I have my friends that I'm in business, my business partners, we're on the same level. They have their own business. I have my own business. I can't, if they say something, I can't sue them. We are just in business together.
Quinn says her upper management is all whites. Why'd you say it like that?
Well, usually upper management is all white.
Yeah, but that's what you were saying. Like that, your life is just you. Yeah. You're the only speck in there, and our friend, she says the same thing, how she's trying to incorporate more of our people into their business.
Mm-hmm.
And she says it's hard when she said it's hard for her to swallow when she goes to these big events and it's all upper management and it's only her and maybe one other person that's of color.
Yeah. But she went to an event and the girl didn't know how to act.
Because but it was an event for us though.
Yeah, but still.
And see what happened when we give them a little bit of power?
Mm-hmm.
It's not for everybody.
But I still put a black person on. But I find that when I do want to like encourage a black person to move up or whatever, I'll always say, I did this the other day and I shouldn't have. I met some really beautiful ladies and they're going to be helping us with this homebound thing, and they do credit repair. And the first thing I say, I love y'all, and I'm going to put I put my name out there for this person, and then they burnt me. Well, that was just that person. Sometimes we don't want to help other black people move up because we think they're going to ruin our name.
It's hard, but even going back to our friend, when the incident happened, it was one of those things of if I don't say something, it could come back to bite me. I'll look like the one that's allowing this to happen. So sometimes you're caught in the back and forth of, do I want to be that black person? Where they're going to be talking about, oh yeah, she a snitch.
Yeah.
Or you want to be the black person of, she about her business. She don't play.
Okay, so, and I agree. I agree. You're right. So back to this whole masculinity and femininity, because this thing is Ayana, whatever her name.
Ayana fixed my life.
Yeah, she was talking about that we are a bunch of men walking around in skirts, and to a certain degree, I agree with her. But to a certain degree, I don't agree with her.
T.D. Jakes did a whole sermon on that.
Mm-hmm. But I think that people also have to go back and look at his other sermons too, because he talks about how men are leaving women uncovered and they're forced to be
right.
That so he did do a sermon on that, and it moved this whole I'm feminine, I'm this, I'm that. Look.
Girl, bye.
I thank God I'm married and I ain't out there in them streets. I got a whole husband and I ain't got to deal with all that stuff. But to the women that do, you can be a boss, sis, but you got to know how to. Do people like the word submit?
I don't know, but we've had a whole discussion about submission.
I know, but do you still use that word?
If that's the word you want to use, then use it.
I like the word. I'm submissive to my husband. And I think that you have to. Are you submissive to your husband?
Keep going on what you were saying. Keep going so I can say what I'm going to say. Keep going so I can say what I'm going to say.
Okay. So
together.
I think that you can be a whole boss, but if you're going to have a spouse, a mate, a whatever partner, whatever you want to call them, that you have to have this loving, sweet, gentle side to you.
Quinn says, is it a problem if the woman makes more than the man?
No. In this day and time, it's a given that 9 times out of 10, women are going to make more money than men. Last week we talked about in 2000 there was this move that there were more black women in college than any other race. We make more money than men. We move up the ladder a whole lot quicker and everything. We talked
about that last week too. The whole going to college and that era.
Yeah, but this is the real question: do men have an issue with you making more money than them?
Boom, 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 boom.
Let's hear from some men.
Yes, I would love to hear from some men on if you would have a problem with your mate, make your woman making some men. Megan says some, they're both right. Nope, bring it home, babe. That's your husband.
Hey, let me tell you, babe, I got a ride, okay? He already knows.
I mean, but if it's in the house and y'all are a team,
yeah,
then we are making this.
Nope, not at all. I agree. I think that men that are confident in their own masculinity
and where they are in their home.
Yes. They don't have an issue with the woman making more money. Now, hold on. It's different if she make more money and she be walking around talking about I pay the cost to be the boss up in this mother sucker. And there's an issue.
Cost to be the boss. Hey.
I think there's an issue there. And I think he would have an issue, but at one point in time, I was married to somebody who had an issue with me making more money than them. And it was a big issue.
Quinn says, right. That is the key word, confident. Yeah, because you definitely have to be secure with who you are as a man in the relationship. So to go back to your question where you just bust out laughing when I was like, no, continue with what you were saying. I don't know why you're so shady. You are shady as hell. No, my husband, he knows he is the head of this household. And he knows that I know that he is the head of the household. And I feel as long as we know our roles, then we're good. If you want to call it some being submissive or not, I don't know if that falls in the same realm, but he knows.
Oh, somebody said, who said that?
Carlos. Women have a tendency to throw it in men's face and make them feel less.
I think that the only women that are doing that are women who have self-hurt.
Yes. I'm glad you said that because I was thinking that those women have been through some things.
Yeah. Those are the women that I'm talking about. They need to go sit on the couch and they need to heal, sis. Heal. Because I think if both of you, whoever's making the most money, it's all coming in the same household, so. But that's good.
And how much do you all discuss finances? How many marriages finances is the top thing that's discussed? Because a lot of marriages fail because of finances.
Yeah,
because a lot of people can't listen. I can do bad by myself.
Yeah,
and if this is what it's gonna be, and you ain't do. I done gave you 5 years now. How long is it gonna take you to get a job worth me not living in this here shithole? All the time. That is why my other marriage ended. Finances can definitely end marriages.
Finance, sex, and communication. Top 3.
Yep.
Those 3 things destroy marriage. And
I know that's right.
I know this. Listen, I will never be broke. Ever. 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 I will never be broke.
Ever. Well, as long as you have somebody who understands finances in the relationship, I think that it'll work. But the person who doesn't understand, because your husband just said, I'm terrible with finances. Wifey handles that stuff. And then Carlos says, I don't believe that, Marsha. I think it comes out during certain situations.
Wait, I don't know what I said.
I don't know what you said either. You said she didn't say it so much.
It comes out during certain situations.
Well, if you're talking about it, if you're keeping the communication open, then it makes it easier. The problem with keeping the communication open is sometimes it's not well received.
Mm-hmm.
But that also goes to the person, the sender of the message, because if you're in a bad space when you send it, they're going to be in a bad space when they receive it. And walls go up, gloves come out, and you hitting around the wall, and it just doesn't, it just, so, but until you actually get on the same level of communication, it's going to always be that.
And people don't realize everything that you said, it all goes into femininity, masculinity, female, male roles. Everybody thinks that roles in a marriage is a feminine or masculine thing.
I truly believe that men should take trash out.
I agree too.
I ain't taking out trash. Not that I won't. I'm just saying. That's just my thought. I don't want to take
out any trash.
I don't want to take trash out.
And that's, like I said, even in the roles.
Oh, he's talking about women using money as a weapon to control or belittle their mate. When you said that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But like she also said, it's a problem for them. They need to be on the couch.
Yeah. I do know of certain people who have tried to use money to control a man, especially a man.
And vice versa, men use money to control women as well.
Definitely. But I really think that when a woman is healed and healthy in her mind, she won't do that. She won't do that at all.
Bobby just said, that's why God have y'all together.
Yeah, most definitely. And just think about those roles. A lot of people in my old marriage, the finances were not my role. It was my husband's role. He took care of everything. I didn't know anything about any of the finances. And I look back now, I was what was that movie where she didn't 11 years? What?
Wait to exhale.
I was her. I did not know anything, even though I was one who went and got a degree in finances and all that type of stuff. My role was to take care of the housework, go to work, but he took care of all the finances, and I didn't know anything about finances, and it was bad.
Greg says, unfortunately, more men does this control with money crap.
Yeah, it was totally control. It was all total control.
Because one of the things that they think is you can't survive without what I have for you.
Yes.
So if I take this away from you, you're going to completely give up and be at my whatever.
Yeah. And this marriage is opposite. I'm in control of all the finances, but my husband can attest. I make sure I tell him everything except for them little accounts that I have without him. It's my money. It's my money.
You hear that, Vic?
It's my money.
I need you to hear this. In my relationship, because they could be about to repo our car and I don't even know it. See?
Yeah.
That's a problem.
But like I said, it goes back to also those roles and these roles in marriages and what's masculine, what's feminine. You know, used to be that the man take care of this, take care of the money, and he do this and he do that, and you know, I know it, but that's all right. I know what yours. I be looking through your stuff, so I know how much you have in your stash account. You don't know how much I got.
See, this is not what we're about to do, Dudleys. This is not it. This is not it. But it's good to have your own thing where, because sometimes you want to do something for them, and if you do it, you don't want them to see.
Yes, yeah. And now you want something that was one of the conversations that he and I talked about. He kept saying, no, we put out, we just no. I said, no, you need to have another account that you put money into so that you can buy me all the things that I want during my birthday. And I don't know that you use
where you got it from. I mean, yeah.
Because he bought me a really nice ring. And I sure was looking through all our accounts to make sure that money comes. Okay, I'm just playing.
Where you get this money from? I couldn't dingo.
Exactly.
Is that what you did? I am not. I'm not fooling with her.
I did.
I know you so well. I know you so well.
But without honesty,
okay, money is also a big factor in families, not just in husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, coupling, whatever you call it. Because I don't know if you all watch SWV and Escape, the Queens of R&B show, but those sisters and how that one sister took old girl, I just couldn't imagine my sister taking thousands of dollars from me, like stealing.
Yeah,
because that's what they did. When you endorse my check and put it in your account, you're stealing from me. Yeah. Especially if I didn't say, "Hey sis, do this. Go cash that for me."
Yeah.
Tell them you're me.
Yeah.
Here, we look enough alike. Who does that?
Yeah. And so y'all don't know. She's talking about that. There's a new series out, or not series, it's a new TV show out about SWV and the group Escape.
Yeah, the sisters.
Yeah.
Because SWV don't have no sisters. Escape is the only one that has sisters. So Tasha and Tamika. It is. When I tell you, grimy in so many different aspects of grimy. And when Tamika dropped her receipts on what happened, well, first of all, I already knew Tasha looked like she was lying. You know how sometimes people just look like they were lying? Tasha looked like she was lying. And it's all about money.
And I think that Tasha's husband is, to me, Tasha's husband reminds me of Wendy's husband.
Yes.
And we all see what happened with Wendy. I feel like you can be in the role of being submissive and being all that and letting your husband take care of everything, but they have went too far. Like their husband is running a lot of things and there's doing a lot of things that they maybe don't know. Maybe Tasha's husband was doing things he knew.
No,
she
knew because she had to be the one to go up there and get all future checks sent to her and to transfer everything to it was a whole production that they put on.
Yeah.
A whole it's just so weird. And Tamika said that she has always gone with what her sister said, regardless of how much she knew it was wrong, because it was her sister. And her sister got more love from her mother. And in order for her to receive love, she had to go along with everything. She said she didn't want them to not love her. That's why she didn't file charges. She was like, she just wanted to be loved. She said there's nothing like being an outcast in your family where you can't turn to nobody. Can you imagine money making you turn away from everything?
My brother and sister know not to do that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she knew not to do that too. But sometimes when you get snakes in your life, because Tasha has a snake in her life that's putting venom in her, making her bad.
I would beat the brakes off both them snakes. No, never.
I vibes. I mean, it could be an abusive relationship, but I feel like she's in too deep with it. She also took her sister's contract.
Okay, at one point in time, you got to be looking. You have to side eye the people, the record companies that are doing this stuff.
No. See, when Rocky is the one that they're communicating with.
So Rocky was her manager?
No, he wasn't nobody's manager. He's Tasha's manager now.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Why would you go to Tasha
because
and Rocky
it was supposed
about
to be
me?
Because Tamika and Tasha was supposed to have been doing the contract together, a gospel thing together, because their grandmother wanted them to do it. So that's what they were after. They were after the contract. So as we can see, that she even bought the receipts on that, where the music company said all of this stuff. And as you can see, Tasha is the one with the contract now. They completely phased her out.
Hey, Rakia.
Completely phased her out. So they say money is the root of all evil.
The love of money is the root of all evil.
And it's obvious that Tasha and Rocky love the money more than they love Tamika.
So if y'all didn't know, we segue into another subject about this whole masculinity and stuff like that. And so, because we segue into another conversation, let's talk about family. And what we're seeing here is Tamika allowing her, like she said, she want to be loved, and she's sacrificing her own self for love from people who apparently don't love her.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, but that toxic family dynamic it has hurt her entire life.
And so here she is, a 40-something-year-old woman, still carrying around all this baggage.
I know you would have, Quinn. Yes, exactly.
Quinn,
she's still carrying this stuff around, and she's finally able to speak up for herself.
But her mama wants her to be quiet, because the first thing she said, cut the cameras.
Yeah, but it's not, she's stronger now. That strength that she has her speaking to her mom in a way of, Mama, I can't let you continue to do this to me. You can't continue to steal my joy, and my money, and making me look like a liar. Because everything that she's saying about them, they've already said about her to make her look bad. And she didn't care about her reputation, but she's trying to get back out and into everything. And it's not.
And my thing is she had a daughter, and her daughter was there with her when all of this was unpacking and unfolding. So my thing is, she has to have that daughter see her heal.
She said, Megan said family can be the worst. And then Quinn responded saying, yes, I'm going through it right now with my own mama. Greg says, is it harder to go against family when you know they are doing you wrong? It depends on who you are and where you are in your life. Because
I'm sorry. It
can be hard for some people if they just got to have their family's love. Because I know how to love people from a distance. I know that's right. Megan said, I will cut mine off quick. Period. I need peace.
And I think that
you have to be okay with letting them go.
But I think that that people who are secure in themselves are easier to do that. If you question everything about yourself, you're going to keep falling into that.
Your husband want to know how we would handle the situation if it happened to us.
Who?
Before after her funeral.
You know Jessica is probably on this thing, so you just trying to be busy.
Well, you better let Jessica know we love you, baby, but what you better not do is take $30,000+ from me. And then lie and say
it's gonna be like this.
How do I?
Telling you.
Okay. I haven't talked to my mama over a year because of money. Ooh, not F them all. Sorry, not sorry. Is that what you just said, Quinn?
But we laughing, but Quinn, on a serious note,
Quinn and her mom was like sisters. I mean,
you also gotta unpack all of that and heal from it too. Because I think that's my 2023
that
message.
Healing
is
will
healing.
allow you to be in another place with that family member, because I got so much family, I'm gonna have to be around them.
Yeah.
So you have to get to a place where I know we can't be left alone somewhere. we can't do stuff together. We can't, like, you have to know you have to set boundaries for that family member.
Yeah, even if it's your mother, you definitely do. But I think make sure that you're good and that you heal on a serious note.
I could have sworn I turned that off.
Same as Tamika.
That's great. Said he was responding to how would y'all handle the situation if it happened. What your husband said.
Yeah, I would.
No, I wouldn't handle it the same as Tamika when things first started happening, because my sister, I would have probably filed charges. You're gonna have to spend some time in jail or give me my money. I mean, because the law is the law.
Yeah.
Who am I to stop the justice system from doing what it's supposed to do?
I'm going to them people on you. And you know what, Queen? Then that's all that matters. That and on a serious note, that's what matters. That you are whole and healthy, because you don't want that to bleed over into none of your other relationships.
She said, in Jesus' name, hallelujah. Carlos says, that's why I don't loan family or close friends money, because I know.
Can I borrow 500?
We ain't got
500.
it. We ain't got it. Megan says, when you come from a big family, you learn to cut people off quick. I love you, but I don't have to like you. I told y'all, I told my sister this, and I told a few of my peoples, if we weren't family, we would not be friends. It's the love that I have for you, the reason why I'm here.
Yeah.
Because you have to think about that. Think about it. When I heard Tony Braxton say that the first time, I said, oh my God, I feel the exact same way.
Yeah.
If we were not family, we would not be friends, because the way you move, I don't move that way.
Yeah.
And if any of my friends move that way, I would cut them off.
Yeah.
So when you realize that, I feel like you can have a better relationship. Mm-hmm. Because if I tell you doing something that's I don't like, or if I'm doing something you don't like, we should be able to tell each other that as family. Sometimes, Lord.
You had to learn that the hard way, Greg. I loan money all the time. I don't have a problem loaning money.
Well, you let me get $500.
Okay, so what I was gonna say, I loan $500. That's my max, 500. That way, if you don't pay it back, I know two things. I'll never have to hear from you. Will never ask me for another dime, because I'm never gonna give you another dime. And it just teaches you a lesson. So everybody in my family know 500 is my max. If you do not give me my money back, you'll never get another dime from me.
Well, let me send you my Cash App. That's what Greg just said.
Yeah, I people, we all fall into hard times and stuff like that, but I think you have to have a minimum, because my pastor had said one time, he said, you don't never loan out more money you're not willing to lose. So,
well, I ain't willing to lose no more than $20, so I'm so serious. I don't gamble for that reason. Because if I don't win, then I'm mad. And I can't do nothing to the machine.
But you do loan people money.
Well, I don't loan people money.
Okay.
Who have I ever loaned money to?
I'm just saying. I'm quite sure. If
I have, but it wasn't a loan. She just gave it back to me. Like usually, I'm giving it to you because I don't want to be looking for you 2 weeks from now. I don't want to be looking for you a month from now. Because when we put a date on something, I'm expecting my money that day. So if you need something and I give it to you, then that's different.
What's your minimum giving?
It depends.
For me, how much is your minimum?
She makes me so sick. Because she was. Did you see her face? Because she was serious.
I'm serious. I want that.
Carla says, and that's why I don't loan money.
Oh, okay.
You'd be better asking, can you have it?
Bet.
You think I can get about 15, 20, 2,500 from you?
Me too. I want 1,500.
Just because we're talking about it doesn't mean that I have it available to give to you. As a matter of fact, I don't have anything available. So don't ask me for anything.
Yeah, 1,000 is out of my threshold. Did you not hear me? I said 500. And it's a loan. I don't give any money away.
Yeah,
the most I give you is $50. Give 50.
I remember when my cousin called me and she was like, "Hey, I need to borrow $600 to pay." I can't say what it was, but I was like, "And you decided to call me? All these children I got, you ain't even got no kids. You decided to call me with this mortgage and these car notes." Like, so sometimes when people do stuff, it just makes you think, what do they think about you? You know what I'm saying?
You got money.
Like, you do know I got a job, right? Let's put that on the table first. I don't have a job. You actually work.
You retired.
So that means fixed income.
No, but your fixed income is pretty high.
No. It's those bills are too. So if I have all this happening, why? Like, I feel like it's a little disrespectful. I really do. I feel like it's disrespectful to ask for something. I mean, at least in that moment, I felt disrespected.
No, somebody was having a hard time. They were just like,
because I just got finished complaining about something like 2 days before. So I felt like it was disrespectful.
They say you still had it because you be making miracles. You like Santa Claus.
I got make miracles for me and my kids.
Mama made miracles
every Thanksgiving. Tupac, okay.
Yeah. Woo,
see what I mean, black people. Sheesh. Okay, whatever. You can say what you want to about me. I got what I need to have for me. I'm gonna need you to go out and get what you need to have for you. That's what I need to happen, because we can't always depend on everybody. I feel like that's what we do. And I may be wrong, but I do feel like that's what we do. Oh, so-and-so got it because they got this, and not thinking, well, damn, they got to pay for that.
Yeah. They sure is. They sure is great.
Well, in order to have it, you got to be stingy. If I give it all away, then what do I have for me? Now, if my plate is running over,
the Lord said the truth.
If my plate is running over, that's what you can have. Whatever is running off my plate. But as of now, ain't nothing running off my plate. So everything else is for me. Why are you laughing? I am so serious. Listen here, ambassadors. I'm serious. So say what you want to. My sister decides to take $30,000+ from me. It's gonna be some shaking and moving of furniture on Wilkinson. You hear me? Because I done bent over backwards. How could you dare steal from me?
And then she said she was pregnant with her baby, and
Mm-hmm.
she had won in
Homeless. She
college.
was homeless at one point.
Yeah, I would have to definitely.
Well,
like
I'm
I
gonna send you
say,
my Cash App so you can give to me, Greg, since it's better to give than receive. I'm glad you know that.
well, it's 8:01.
That was fun. That last talking about people.
Yeah.
So, to do a recap, we discussed male and female masculinity and femininity and the roles that they both play. And then we discussed the role of toxic family members.
Greg Dudley.
So now we're gonna sign off because we've come to the end of our journey for our Thursday night. And it's time for Grey's Anatomy to come on. And so,
And plus, I gotta go work my business because you know I'm a boss. Hey, that just reminded. This part of the program is being presented by Evie Halliday. Those are in the DFW area. If you're needing a realtor, please make sure that you contact Marsha E. Dudley, your professional homegirl. Back to our regular program.
So tune in next week where we're gonna discuss. What are we discussing next week? The coupling.
Yeah, coupling for convenience. Listen, y'all. Oh, we need some singles out there, a male and a female,
to log in next week with us. So if you want to be one of the ones, or if you know someone who would do it, let us know so we can get them on. We're talking about coupling for convenience.
And so what does that mean, coupling for convenience?
Well, I'm only with you because I just need something right now.
Yeah.
But I don't want to marry you.
So I'm not trying to get married.
I need a house. My mama kicked me out. Yeah. Whatever the convenience is.
Whatever the
you're not serious.
Coupling for
convenience.
So we need some single. We're looking for a male and a female who will join us next week. I'm talking about live with us. That don't mind. We ain't gonna say telling your business, but we don't mind. We want you to share with us why you feel it's okay. You don't want to get married. You would rather get with somebody and y'all build some temporary stuff or whatever you want.
Until I can find the next one.
Yeah. Because there are people that don't want to get married anymore. So,
okay, but we don't want to go into it too much.
Yeah.
Coupling for convenience. If you know anybody, shoot us inboxes, let us know. We'll reach out to them and see if they're willing to join us. If that's you, then let us know if you're willing to come on live with us. And tune in next week for coupling for convenience. And with that being said, good night, y'all.
Bye.